Round one, fight!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Grim Reaper Gamers ReaperCast. The Grim Reaper Gamers are a 25 and over gaming community with members spanning the globe, playing games across all genres, but our roots are in first-person shooters. Bring your thick skin, your drink of choice, and grab your controllers. GRG members are on nightly with official community nights on Wednesdays. Hi, everybody. You will notice you can't see shit. I'm Johnny Hustler, and this is the new form of the ReaperCast. Due to the wonderful abilities of Skype, we are trying audio for a while. We're going to see how this goes. Maybe Skype will get its head out of his ass, and we'll do some video down the road. But for now, listen to us in your car. Please don't hit a tree. Don't fall asleep. It wouldn't be good for you. All right, going around the horn that you can't see. First up is the fearless leader of GRG, the head grumpkin, the lead tomato. Jack, how the hell are you, and what are you drinking?
I'm doing fine. Currently drinking Flying Fish Farmhouse Summer Ale. It's a local brew right from Cherry Hill, New Jersey. It's actually pretty solid, so highly recommend it if you get a chance.
You have to check that out sometime if it ever makes it this way. Next to Jack is the man who is going to help with hosting duties at times on this show. The man of many vacations, the man who just loves to be nice to me. Jammer, how the hell are you? What you drinking? And have you gone broke on the Steam sale yet?
I have not. I've only spent about $20-something on the Steam sale so far.
Pass me.
I'm drinking the Founder's Porter. And what we're doing with this audio, really, it wasn't that we were having any issues. We just pretend like we are. But we were hoping to get the female demographic. And if we do video, that just ain't happening with our sorry asses on the screen. So this way, maybe I'm like a hot 25-year-old, muscular dude.
No one's buying it.
I don't even think the voice will let you do that one, dude.
Hello.
Hey, now you're trying the Barry White route. All right.
And Skype sucks still.
Yeah, Skype does suck. All right. And in the guest chair, first time ever on the show, you know him by a couple of different names. And you'll below him on the forums, Ghostwalkers on Xbox Live, Ghost, and whatever I call you, how you doing?
Yeah, how's it going, Johnny?
Good.
A couple different names, all within reason.
Well, we're going to be asking about that in a little bit, but first off, what's in your bottle, glass, can, whatever?
Oh, I don't normally drink, but there's Bud Light Lime in the back of the fridge.
That is a bannable offense.
Actually, no, I'm with them on that.
Now, I can say, just the other night, if we would have done this, one of my buddies at work, he has his own little brewery, and he gave me what was called a three-headed beast pirate ale. Dark hoppy beer.
So you should just went with that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's audio. Nobody's going to know.
Yeah, I'm drinking heavy whiskey.
At least you didn't say Diet Pepsi.
Actually, I don't think a Bud Light with lime during the summer is a bad beer.
Yeah, well, that's what I call I always have that category, lawn mowing beer, and I'm sitting with one right now. I got the Curious Traveler Shandy going on, light beer. It's a light one. Nice little lemon taste to it, a lemon shandy.
That's a Zima bottle, John.
It is not a Zima bottle. It is a lemon shandy. Why am I putting this against the camera? Nobody can see shit. Trying to put this on the camera, and then there's nobody watching. Fewer watching than usual.
Bit of adjustment going on right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to get used to this. I'm still acting like we're on video.
Don't worry, it just angers Lala, so that's good for us.
Oh, all right. But see, nobody can see it now. It's not even fun.
No,
So
we
it
will
really
give
happened
tomato
is-
updates.
Okay.
Everybody's in their bathrobes. Don't let them lie to you.
I'm in lingerie. We just lost somebody on the road.
In Nebraska, they consider that overalls.
They're silky overalls for lingerie. That's the difference.
All right. So now it's time to get to know our new guy, the guy in the guest chair, Enyo, Ghost. We're going to be asking you a few questions. First off, many names. Where did they all come from?
So, roughly 10 years ago, when me and my wife met, I deployed. As some of y'all know, I'm in the military. I'm all about spec ops and conspiracy. So she sent me some books, and the theme was this group called the Ghostwalkers. Awesome conspiracy, loved it. What she failed to tell me, though, and which we kind of joke about every now and then, is that inside this conspiracy book was a intimate romance, so essentially a chick flick book. But that name stuck. And then when I got into EVE Online, space theme MMO, going to create names, I was putting Ghostwalkers in. Didn't realize that it was you had separate names from your account name. So then when I had to come up with a new one, I looked up gods and goddesses of war, and both Enyo and Bologna represent that. So I combined them together, and that's how it came to be.
There you go, folks. Your moment of education brought to you by the GRG.
Bologna is one of the characters in Smite.
Yeah. Enyo is a ship on EVE Online as well.
Speaking of names, so for Ghostwalkers, could you not afford any vowels?
There's the whole purpose. Take the vowels out. Keep it nice and simple. My picture also matches it.
No vowels in your picture?
Yeah, I think I updated it on Discord.
Lala, this isn't your time yet. This is still Johnny asking questions. Please
Hey,
shut
it's a
up.
Do what I
free-for-all.
want.
We ask questions all over the place. Hey,
Oh, okay then. Well then. Let me
okay.
get-
Here we go.
Oh no.
You
Go
guys
ahead,
all
John.
do that.
Go.
I'll take a pee.
The floor is yours, John.
Okay. Give us an idea how long you've been gaming. Where did you start? You know, where'd you start your gaming? Game, console? What started you in this hobby?
It's an Atari. I don't know if it was the 1800 or higher, but I remember Pitfall playing that, and then there's one that you had to jump over the dragon's flames. Pretty much both my family is military, so back early as I can remember, it was me and my mom, and moving around there was always the game system. So I started on Atari, went through Nintendo, Sega, PlayStation. Games is the one thing that's been constant in my whole life, so always gaming.
There we go. Good old school, starting with the Atari. I like to hear
Bam.
that. I get a little depressed when we get somebody that answers, I started with the Super NES.
No,
I was in fucking college.
they immediately need to be kicked out of the community.
I was in college when that came out. Good God.
Soon enough, you'll be hearing Dreamcast and 64.
Oh,
Oh, God.
Still have my Dreamcast. Love that thing.
Yeah.
That'll be my
I can never.
that'll be my sons telling everybody, start on the Xbox One. So, okay, favorite game ever.
He's not going to be able to answer this because he plays like, 50 games now?
I know. I'm.
It's all over the place.
I got gamers ADD. So what
Welcome
my
to the
favorite
club.
game is today is not my favorite tomorrow. Right now, I'm really hooked into the Division and the Crew. If I had to play a single player, no online, it would probably be a Fallout game.
Gamer ADD, boy, have we found the clan for you.
I think he's ultra hyper shiny penny. He's worse than any of us.
That's why I can't watch the Steam sale. I don't even look at it. I as soon as y'all flash Steam sale was going on, I logged onto my computer and I uninstalled Steam.
That may be the most violent reaction to Steam or the greatest reaction to the Steam sale I've ever seen.
No, I give him credit though with the gamer ADD because some of us like just buy stuff and play it for 2 minutes. When he is on something, he plays it.
That is true.
And until the next shiny penny comes. Some of us like play it for like 2 minutes and then we're already moving away.
And you tell him about your experience with Halo.
Fuck Halo. Every time I get on Halo, I probably need to get on there and play the single player campaign because I've never done it, and I got the Master Chief Collection and 5. But every time I play, the controls are just so different from any other FPS that I'm lucky if I can even walk. I think last time we played, Jack, you killed me. I don't even know how many times, and I turned it off after that.
You were cursing at me. It was great. Loved it.
Okay, I'm gonna swipe one from from the forums here for a question. I kind of like this one off the forums. Forums.grimreapergamers.com. There's our first plug of the night. The biggest regret. I'm going to make this biggest regret purchase in gaming that you can think of.
Joining GRG. Oh wait, not me. Sorry.
Gaming. Dragon Age Inquisition.
Really?
Oh, it's actually a good game.
It has high
fired.
reviews. I watched the videos. I love the videos, but every time I play the game, I maybe last 5 minutes into it, and I get pissed off. I just don't like the way the game flows. I don't know. And I want to like the game. I love RPGs, but something about it, I can't get into it. I even tried a Dragon Age 3, and it was the same thing.
See,
I'll
now
admit, I did not see that one coming.
Yeah, see, now for me, like I still call him Enyo. He's Enyo to me, even though he's Ghostwalkers. Because you got to be all fucking confusing.
I do that on Xbox every now and then.
In chat all the time, I call him Enyo. It's easier for me. But him and his Elite Dangerous love is freaking insane. But that game, I'd rather bang my head against the controller 50 times to try and land the freaking ship. And he's like, oh, yeah, no, you got to just move your yaw to this and this and that. And like, holy Christ.
That game was easy.
I'm streaming at Elite Dangerous right now on the other monitor. I haven't played it in a few weeks, but there's autopilot. You could buy an auto docker, so all you gotta do is slow down and it docks you.
Yeah, you gotta earn money to buy that though. So unless you're selling it to me, like for free, it ain't happening.
Grumpy actually taught me how you can trade money in that game.
Oh, well now you're my friend.
No,
sorry.
No.
Hey, friend.
Not me.
Grumpy.
He meant Levi, Grumpy in Utah, not you.
No,
You're Grumpkin.
Oh,
Lala lasted 10 minutes in Elite Dangerous.
hey, I learned how to take off and land, and that was pretty much all there is to that game. That's from what I saw. I'll tell you what, the worst game was Homefront for me, but that's a whole other story.
All right, so I'm going to open the floor to questions.
Well, I already got the Elite thing in. I do want to mention real quick, John, this is our first show without digital.
Yes, it is.
And I'm glad that he has a day off because he hasn't really had enough time to play Ark. So by him having off, he can play some Ark tonight, finally.
We are glad that we have given him an extra 48 hours in the month to play more Ark.
Yes.
He has, 3 servers going and 4 if you count the Xbox?
Yeah, we got 4 Ark servers.
He's playing Ark right now?
Oh, I'm sure he is. He was earlier, so.
Oh, he's playing it more than he's not. And I think Grex is getting the shakes of no BDO because he hasn't been on BDO for a little while.
So, Enyo, I got a quick question for you. What games are you looking forward the most to in the fall? What's the big title?
Well, I'll probably buy my first PS4 game. For me, that'd be Horizon Zero Dawn. Pretty excited about that. Not the Division. Tom Clancy's The Wildlands. Going for that one. And then Scalebound also on the Xbox.
Actually,
my 3. Yes,
I don't have to raise hands
Yes.
I don't have to raise hands anymore, do I?
Still helps.
Yeah. Are you more like the Grumpkin? You seem to be more of a multiplayer. I think that's maybe part of the reason you don't like Dragon Age. You seem to be more multiplayer centric rather than single player centric.
I am co-op all the way. Ever since 2004, I got introduced to MMO gaming. 90% of my gaming is co-op.
It just gets boring and lonely.
Mm-hmm.
You get online and shoot people in the face.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why Lala plays the ESO solo.
Let's just stay away from you fuckers. It's my safe haven from GRG. You guys don't have the attention span to play that game.
Well, it seems like every time I play a game, GRG's played it like 6 months prior to I started playing it. So
you gotta get right on it. Day of release.
I.e. Smite.
Day of release and 3 days later, next game.
Yeah, we already moved on.
Yeah.
All right. Enyo, thank you very much for going through the interrogation. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Are you guys ready? Well, here, just a moment. We're going to pimp a little bit on the side here. As usual, Wednesday nights are community nights. We have a strong Overwatch presence, I believe. Strong in Arc. Still got some Call of Duty guys holding out.
Yeah, I think right now the Overwatch is the big thing. We had another private room going this week, and I think we're going to look at in the near future running another Rocket League tournament. There's been an update, so
No.
so there's been some updates, some new maps. I am not on Jammer's team because I kind of actually want to win, and I think he's allergic to the ball in Rocket League.
I was allergic to your bitching and whining the whole time. I'm not good at this game.
Right.
Oh, man, I missed it.
Okay, I think I saw Enya raise his hand.
Either that or he had something on his armpit happen.
I gotta take back Dragon Age. Call of Duty Black Ops 3.
Huh?
I definitely
regret?
find it. I don't even have it. I don't have any more Call of Duty games in my house.
I don't know that I regret it. I mean, I got plenty of time with the GRG out of it. Now, if I'd have been playing,
That's true.
If I'd been playing in public only and the like, I could throw that one in the regret pile. But I don't know that I can regret any of the Call of Duties as much as they annoy me, and it's so much SSDD going on with that. Then I can't really say that I regret them because of the fact that we can usually get a pretty good set of private rooms going.
What hurt Black Ops 3 was the fact that the private rooms had issues. The custom lobbies, the custom voice. You couldn't use the standard voice. We had to use party chat. And it just didn't play well for customs for us, which is unfortunate because I think that would have kept a lot of us active on Wednesday nights. Just for customs only. I would play it customs only once a week, no problem. But we were just having so many issues. We moved on. And Overwatch is better, but...
Well, the fact is most people buy Call of Duty just to play with the community. I don't think if they were in the community, I don't think half those guys would play it or buy it.
Yeah.
Plenty of time for Johnny equals about 10 minutes.
It definitely seems like Overwatch took that over.
Yeah, Overwatch is taking the reins for the private room stuff these days. That is for sure. So, Halo Nights still happening on Mondays, and other special events can be seen on the events calendar at GrimReaperGamers.com.
Speaking of Halo, look forward to the releasing a new Warzone Firefight mode, and we will be running that as soon as it's released that following Monday. So
I was going to say, when is that, next week?
It's the 29th it's released, so the following Monday they will definitely be running a Warzone Firefight themed Halo night.
Yeah, 29th of this month, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
yep.
So that's a Wednesday. So yeah,
Community night.
July 4th is the next month.
Might be the following one.
Yeah, I was gonna say July 4th. You might have a little trouble getting some people. But
yeah, be the following one. But yeah, that'll be coming up.
But yeah, Firefight mode coming soon to GRG. All right, the big deal last week, the great E3 show. I feel half sarcastic in saying the great show. I thought it was a little underwhelming, but we'll get a little more into that later. So let's talk about down the line, kind of like we did for the preview. Microsoft unveiled a lot of different things. They unveiled, I think the big one was Win 10 Play Anywhere, which kind of skated along my prediction of they're getting closer to the ecosystem, guys, where it doesn't matter where or what hardware you have, you're able to play these Xbox games.
Yeah, what makes that really cool was it's a single file, so you can download it. You can run on anything you have. If you have the Xbox, you have a PC that can play it. It also tracks the same achievements and game saves. The big question is, I think there's about 14 titles they announced so far that will support it. My question is, if every game going forward and past games support it, like, why own an Xbox? Why not just go straight to PC? You know, it kind of takes that whole idea of owning a console out of the system. I mean, you can buy a PC and play all the same games. Now, I have a list here of the titles. I think it's about 14. So it's not going to be everything. I think it's mostly anything Microsoft Studios will definitely support this. Whether the other studios adopt to it, we don't know.
It makes PlayStation more attractive to me as a console, because that's exclusive proprietary software running it, where if I'm able to game Xbox games like that on my PC, well, then I can have the best of both worlds that way. So to me, it helps Sony in terms of console sales.
But think about how Halo 5 or Halo 6 will sell when it's supported on Xbox and PC. All those PC game, Master Race only guys we buy in Halo, it's going to be unreal, the sales in that game.
I'm not sure that we're not going to see more third parties go, because these operating systems are getting much closer together. And I think by the time Anniversary Edition comes out, Xbox is going to be basically running on the same kernel as your PC is going to be running on now. So it's just going to be a case of whether the game can upscale to the better graphics offered on those cards, and we'll get to what might push that a little bit later. But anybody else, any other thoughts on Win 10 Play Anywhere as it is with those 14, 15 games?
I'm kind of curious how like a first-person shooter works for that, because if you have a keyboard and mouse, it's much better at aiming, and they change things. Like for Overwatch, the keyboard and mouse works a lot differently than the controller, and they adjusted for that. So consoles actually play differently than the PC version. So how will that work, with the Windows 10 Play Anywhere environment? So if I'm playing, say, Battlefield comes out and it supports that, will somebody with a mouse and keyboard, will they just be that much better by default because it works better? Or will it be still be limited to controller only? Or I don't know if they actually answered that.
I don't really have faith that you can save it on your Xbox, just pick it up on your PC, nice and easy peasy. I think there were going to be hiccups with that part. Taking that save file and just picking it off the cloud and moving it. I just don't see that working as seamlessly as they're making it sound at first.
Probably not. But I mean, Steam does it. So, I mean, any thoughts on what they're going to do here?
Well, really, when Xbox was coming out, the big question that I saw was if it was going to support the mouse and keyboard. We saw that on PS3, I think, had an interface, and they didn't shoot it down. They didn't deny it. They didn't confirm it. They said it was just something they were looking into. So I think as Windows Display Anywhere comes more into effect, we're probably going to see that keyboard mouse aspect come to the Xbox. You have 3 USB ports just on the standard one. So who knows what you have with Scorpio.
And I think Phil Spencer even semi-confirmed that a little bit later, not during the Microsoft presentation, but during some of the later shows that week. He even mentioned about keyboard and mouse support coming down the pipe. So, staying in the ecosystem firmware, whatever you want to call it, Xbox Live is going to be adding communities, much like the PS4 has, and the looking for gamers aspect to it. So, communities allow groups, much like this one, to group together, join one hub, so to speak. LFG allows you to start looking across the broader spectrum, and they're promising some search criteria. I don't know how much, age or anything else is going to come into it, but various search.
Age, sex, language?
Hey, why don't we turn it into AOL Instant Messenger while we're at it?
Language is location, you idiot.
Oh, I thought it was language.
Location.
I never did AOL chat.
If they understood you, then they knew you spoke English.
Oh, the clubs. Obviously, I'm looking forward to that. With running GRG, I think that'll make things a lot easier. I mean, even now with the way I have all the friends listed, I would love just the ability to tag friends. So like, well, these guys play Halo, these guys play Call of Duty, and just simple tags to names. So hopefully clubs will let you do some personal clubs along with main clubs like GRG. But as far as like looking for group, obviously that's a big thing. Destiny showed how important that is. There's so many Destiny sites with, looking for group sites, and they were so popular and they were used so often. Having that in-game on Xbox will be a great feature.
It's tough having so many friends. He has to tag them and put them in groups, and
I have over 500 right now, 500 plus and counting.
It's tough, man. I have like 2.
Well,
And those are
I
my
have
kids.
you added, but I don't really consider you a friend. So
I would be tagged in non-friend section.
yes, that would be correct.
Now,
Avoid at all costs if you want to win section.
see, now, Johnny, you like playing on PC. You know, you have 7,000 consoles in the closet and some PCs as well. Is this Play Anywhere a draw to you? Is that something you think you will use a lot?
I could see if travel picks up with my job, I could see where I could do that, because then, I've got a laptop that could run a lot of these, probably run them at the current Xbox One quality, even maybe slightly under with my laptop's NVIDIA card. But I find it appealing. I think the biggest appeal for me is for like these games where now you can set up your own server, but you have to have a separate box, like say Ark. It will be more appealing for people that don't, if they have a decent PC that they can run that server there, rather than having to buy another piece of hardware that just sits around and only functions as the server for that particular game. I think that's kind of shitty. And I think we even talked about that a while back, talking about Arc and the ability to run an Xbox server for PC. This is going to allow for that. Now, if you're talking the Xbox Arc versus PC Arc, PC is going to win hands down because it's got more features and it's ahead of the scale with the patch right now. I mean, it's at least about a patch and a half ahead.
I didn't ask about Arc.
No, what I'm saying, I'm talking about various comparisons.
This is like you're like Michael Wilbon on Pardon the Interruption. It's all Chicago. It's going to be all Arc.
Well, that's the thing. It's not going to be the PC versus the Xbox version. That's always going to be different. Even for the games, it's just specific Xbox titles that you will be able to play on PC.
But Arc is an example of one that is available for both now.
Quantum Break.
Yeah, Quantum Break.
People were mad about Quantum Break.
Well, they were pissed, about getting the free copy on PC.
They were mad that it wasn't an exclusive to the console.
Yeah, that made very little sense. Okay, so now moving up to the hardware level. This one's a little touchier for me. Xbox S, the Slim Edition, and Xbox Scorpio. Slim was unveiled coming this fall. Scorpio was teased as the more powerful Xbox option. Did early adopters just get told their equipment sucks?
You mean me with my day one console?
Yeah. Obviously, I mean, with a newer one, we'll add the 4K video, but is that just going to be like video being displayed like through Netflix or something like that? I don't think hardware-wise it's going to be that much better. I think the big difference is size. You have the built-in power supply, which is kind of interesting. I'm not sure how they're going to handle heat dissipation. You already got a unit that gets pretty hot as is. Then you're throwing that power brick inside that Xbox, and it's smaller. So that's a lot of heat that thing's going to be cranking out. That's a concern. What I found interesting was the controllers will be Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. So I don't know what the difference is there. Currently, they're Wi-Fi. So the addition of Bluetooth, I'm not sure what that was
for Win 10.
For.
Play Anywhere.
Oh, okay.
Because then you're going to be able to Bluetooth them to your computer.
And,
plus less interference with your current Wi-Fi, because they're both running on the 5 gigahertz spectrum. They both have to use different channels, and if you start getting in like an apartment complex where several people have all that stuff, you get a little flooded there. Bluetooth runs on a little more proprietary, not as open. So
see, and that's one of the reasons why I'm considering if there's any good trading in my existing Xbox to upgrade to the Slim. I have issues with my controller constantly disconnecting.
Me too.
It's not the controller. You have 3 different controllers. They all do it. It's something with the Xbox. Along with, I'm having problems with it reading discs. I have to like play this stupid like game to get it to read a disc. I got to insert it slowly, let it start to initiate, then put the disc fully in. Otherwise, it shows like empty tray. So if there's anything good for a trade-in, I might look at making an upgrade.
Well, I will say like Rab. And I know we got to get to Enyo here because he's actually he's sleeping, but Rob is he's got this cool setup with him and his wife, and it's on the wall mounted. And the problem that he didn't know is that the current Xbox One doesn't really work well disc wise vertically, which he hasn't mounted that way. So the slims, you can stand the slims up, they said. So that's going to be a benefit to people that they're trying to mount them behind televisions or whatever in a entertainment center.
Now, Ghost, you've got a. By the way, we could really confuse the listeners when we start switching between Ennio and Ghost here. They think there might be an extra person here.
I can change my voice for you.
There you go. Ghost, you bring up a possible downfall with that controller, by the way.
Yes, Bluetooth is always going to use more power. So you're going to see your batteries going through quicker. Unless they put in, unless they're switching to the inside like lithium batteries or something. And even so, your controllers are going to die a lot quicker.
That's the way things are going. The rumor on the next iPhone is that it's not going to have a headphone jack anymore.
Yeah, it's been all but confirmed.
Yeah. So I think they're getting away from that and going more Bluetooth, which I prefer. Even my controller now, and I have controller issues like Jack does, I prefer it wired just because then I know I'm not dealing with battery issues.
Yeah. I play with the controller wired into the Xbox 90% of the time.
Which, while they've said that the Slim's going to have a little bit more of a power advantage, and they have said that, it might be a little bit of a graphical advantage, the big advantage is coming with that Scorpio console, which is, fall 2017?
Mm-hmm.
There's the one that gets me. This is the one that gets me, even though I'm the one, I did predict that we're talking an ecosystem, and they are moving more towards an ecosystem rather than a console platform, so to speak, as far as Xbox goes. This one kind of pisses me off because, I've got this console I bought on day one, and now I'm being told, well, we're replacing it with something better already. I mean, yeah, it's going to run the same games, but who gets the shaft?
Well, you got to look at it this way. Our developers are going to go and design games to take advantage of the bigger hardware. I had a Sega, was it the 32-bit addition to that thing, and no one created games for it. So that to me is a concern. I mean, sure, it's going to have that 6 teraflops of additional power, or total power, computing power. So it's going to be that much more powerful. I think the current one is 1.3, they say.
Yeah, I think 1.3, and I think PS4 is 1.8.
Yeah, PS4 is 1.8. The Neo will be 4.14. So that'll be interesting to 6 teraflops. But I think that's mostly going to be for VR. I think that's where they're angling this particular unit. So, which is, at the moment, I don't see myself being interested in. So I don't know if I'd be at too much of a disadvantage. But even still, without the release of the prices for this Scorpio, I'm kind of curious as to where this stands versus the Slim. Because if this is, say, the Slim's $300, this is $400 for the Scorpio, that kind of kills Slim sales. Like, why would I buy a console? Why would I buy the Slim, knowing the bigger, badder units coming out just down the road?
Though I was mad about the Scorpio at first, I understand what they're doing. And I think they're going, they're trying to make sure that if you want a console, there's different options for you. So if you want a console and you don't have you're not stable income wise, that there's a lower cost out there, like a $299, starting at $299, where the Scorpio is going to be, $339, $399, $449. So it's no different than a PC in a sense of what you're buying with the power behind it. And it really helps them in a sense because instead of just having that one main price point, they're able to now throw out 3 or 4 different price points, and then you can choose, what you want and what you can afford.
And and before we get to Ennio here, and he's got a point here to make on this as well. As aggressive as Microsoft has been this generation, being second with pricing, don't be surprised if the Scorpio right now, which is $299 to $399, drops
Slim.
Slim. I mean, runs $299 to $399 this fall. Next fall, $199 to $299 maybe.
Yeah, and then you got a starter console at $199.
Right.
Yeah. Because honestly, right now, like I said, with my issues I'm having with my current Xbox, the Slim's interesting. And like I said, if I get that trade-in, I probably will jump on that. But with that Scorpio Lumen, it's going to make that decision tough. I would do it if I didn't know about Scorpio, I'd do it in a second.
Mhm.
I'd upgrade to the
Right.
Slim. But now knowing about Scorpio's coming out, I got to see what I'd like to see what the prices are for that and what that's going to actually do.
Well, while we talk about prices, and I heard this somebody else discussing this, are we getting to the point now where like a $4.99 price point just isn't happening anymore? I mean, it's like $3.99, like going to be like tops.
Well, it kind of has to be. You start getting to the price where you're spending $500 or more on a console. You're getting into a low-end gaming PC, and you have much more other options for games. I'm set to upgrade one of my one gaming PC. I think I spent $1,000 on it a few years ago, and the thing kicks ass. I could probably drop another $1,000 and have a pretty kick-ass system. I'd be in good shape for a while.
Okay, so Enyo, you've got something as far as how they're going to handle this, basically. These games.
I think Microsoft, they've always talked about how consoles eventually gonna, or at least try to catch up to the PC market. The way I see it is now Microsoft's gonna have 3 consoles. Same thing as PC gaming. They're gonna have a low end, a mid end, and a high end, and that's how they're gonna present it. So they're gonna cut Sony out of the market. Even with the Neo, they're gonna have 2 consoles. Microsoft's gonna be able to take the Xbox One and drop it to a low price. I bet you'll see it under $150 by the time Scorpio comes out, and it's going to open up gaming to everybody. Games will just have different graphical settings based on which console you have.
If they hit a $149 price point, that's impressive.
Well, and that goes with a rumor I heard right around E3 was that Microsoft was looking to bring this in at a loss because they were flat pissed they were losing to Sony, and they were going to do whatever they took. The 149's bold, damn bold. As far as I thought I was getting bold with 199, but 149 is a damn bold prediction. But I mean, it would go in line with what we were hearing at E3 that they are looking to get right back into the race, get right back into first place with these various options here. So, like you said, low end price point to the high end price point, they're going to cover everybody.
And I like how they've put to the side the part where they basically have admitted that Kinect is dead.
Oh yeah. Didn't even get a mention this year.
No, well,
Which is a shame. I enjoy my Kinect. I like going to my TV. I have no idea what channels or what on my TV. So I say, if I watch Walking Dead, watch TBS, and boom, it comes up. And I love that. I love features like that. And I want to keep using the Kinect. Just for that shit. I don't play any stupid Kinect games. Oh, it never works for me. Xbox One never works.
That's probably because you're yelling at it.
Works perfect for me.
Oh, I shouldn't yell at it.
No, I do. I like the voice commands. Love them. It's all I get out of the Kinect. That and identifying me. But
yeah,
that's it. $100 for that, basically.
It's not going to go away.
I mean, I'm sure they're going to keep it as part of the operating system, but I think from a game standpoint, it's going to be.
Yeah, but for the Slim, you have to buy an adapter.
Yeah.
For it to even work. It's not even built. There's not even a port built into the thing.
It's because
they're even making games that take advantage. I don't think they even make games for it anymore, do they?
Remember, it used to be the purple boxes. They're new though.
Yeah,
I think they're more indie. I think I've seen a couple. Well, the Just Dance. I mean, Ubisoft, I guess, still does, but that's the big one.
I have that one too.
Let's get into gaming on the Xbox side. They had some exclusive showing. They showed Gears. They showed Forza Horizon 3. They showed some other good ones. What did we like out of the games that they showed?
I wasn't jumping up and down about much. Forza Horizon 3 looked really good. Gears looks like Gears, and I'll get Gears. Obviously, me with my BioShock love, We Happy Few, which is more of an indie game, was interested in me. But like the Final Fantasy and Scalebound, and I was like, whatever.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Believe it or not, I enjoyed the Gears of War single players in the previous games, but I don't expect myself to get it. I'm just kind of done playing the same old games over and over. Gears of War multiplayer never interested me, so I won't be doing that. Forza Horizon, that's a game like if it was $30, you might pick up to mess around with the group with GRG. I think out of the exclusive, I thought We Happy Few looked the most interesting. I just, not being a single player gamer, I don't know if I would get it, but I thought that was the most interesting of the bunch.
I'm looking forward to that Wii Happy Few. I mean, when they brought it out, I think it was at it was either Gamescom or Tokyo Gaming Show that they first showed it last year, and it looked really cool. And the demo they showed during the Microsoft conference did nothing to dissuade me from that one. So that's definitely on my list, coming out in early access.
The Scorpio was the big deal for them. It wasn't the games necessarily for their conference. They showed some games, but other times I've watched the conferences year after year, and there's like certain games I'm like, oh my god, yes. And this year it was like, all right. I think their main focus was focusing on the 6 teraflops and the Scorpio.
I'm gonna ask Enyo here about the control. He mentioned the one controller. The other controller the first controller, that Gears controller, and the price. Enyo, care to talk about what you said here in our little chat?
I always have a comment about anything. I ain't spending $250 on a controller. That's a console.
God awful.
Yeah, that price is ridiculous.
I won't even pay for an Elite controller, let alone that.
Yeah, I have trouble. I mean, I've been trying to figure out how to justify $150. I'm not paying for that $100 for that one. But they did unveil another controller option that I thought was a lot better. And that was the customized controllers that you can customize on Xbox.com. They're going to be the Bluetooth and Wi-Fi version that you can customize colors for. And those are what, $79?
Yeah, I think so.
It's a 70 or 89, and then if you want the engraving, it's like an extra 10 or 20.
I think it's extra with I think it's 89 with the engraving, but 79 on the base.
See, those things, I mean, to me, and I'm not the norm, that's really cool, but I'm not spending the money. I mean, I still use my day one controller. I don't break controllers. I just use a controller, but it's a really cool concept. And I don't think the colors is what's going to get the draw as much as people being able to customize with their gamer tags, or like mine. I actually am going to try and customize one that says like, tomato meter, or, F-la-la, something like that.
That'd become the official GRG controller, wouldn't it?
No, that would say Tom Brady on it.
No.
Yes.
That would be a flat controller.
It's official. Just accept it. It's okay.
So Anya, would you get the 79, the customized 79 or 89 if you engrave it or whatever?
Yeah, I'm going to get a Ghostwalkers controller.
Are you going to get an Enyo one too?
Maybe.
Player 2.
Yeah.
I have my FPS controller and then my Elite Dangerous controller.
Yeah. I have an Elite Dangerous controller too. It's in my fireplace.
Okay, so over to Sony. They were a lot more games focused, a little bit on the VR side. The big one, God of War. The new God of War for PS4 looked gorgeous. Contender for game of the show.
Bearded Kratos.
Yeah, everybody's got a beard now.
Mm-hmm.
But look great. I haven't been the biggest on the God of War franchise. Uncharted's been I like them, but Uncharted's been my bigger deal. But this damn thing looked gorgeous. The other one was what is it? Horizon
Zero Dawn.
Yeah, thank you. Horizon Zero Dawn. That was another big one. Although some, a little bit more mixed reaction out of that demo than last year's. Not more game centric. I mean, they talked about Call of Duty, Infinite Warfare. They got more of that in there. People seem impressed, even though I don't know, Call of Duty's kind of left me flat. But anything else outside of the 2 exclusives, God of War and
the Spider-Man game. I know.
Spider-Man. Thank you. Yes, Insomniac's Spider-Man. That's actually the one that I was more interested in, especially when I heard Insomniac was behind it.
I'm actually wondering, it's not games. I'm actually wondering if they potentially are saying, oh crap, we have to go back to the drawing board for their 4.5 system once Scorpio was announced.
Well, especially when that rumor from Polygon came out that we talked about on the preview show, with the 6 teraflop rumor that's all of a sudden there. Yeah, there's a good point. And that's some speculation too, that they backed off with the hardware stuff, focused on the games because they didn't want to unveil the day after a 4.14. Yes,
yeah,
Enyo.
One of the other shows was talking about how Sony might even back out of the Neo
altogether.
altogether because they're cost-wise, it just wouldn't be beneficial for them, and they still have both consoles still have the ability to develop beyond what they're doing right now with the hardware they have now. So,
Yeah, and that was the other thing about hardware unveiling now. They haven't even peaked this hardware. Not even Microsoft. It runs a little bit less. Has peaked the Xbox One. Sony has not come close to peaking out on the PS4, and now they're bringing out new stuff. So I mean, that was a problem that a lot of people had. So the backing out of Neo is an interesting rumor. That's a new one for me.
I remember the Xbox days when they were, how the cloud processing. Remember that?
Yeah, I didn't
And
even
then
hear
I
about
guess
that.
But yeah, partially I wonder if Sony's now saying, "Holy crap, we're not close to that type of machine, and now we have to go back to the drawing board and throw more power into ours."
Be an interesting one. That'll be interesting if that takes place. Okay, quick run to Nintendo. They really had one big thing to talk about.
Why were they even there?
Well, they weren't. It was just a video. They didn't talk about NX, and now the rumor is you're not even going to see anything about NX until after the end of the year.
They should just give up.
Which there was another rumor around about them backing out and revamping what they're going to put in because they're dropping behind. They're already starting with it's about the games, not the power, which says they're going to be behind. Probably sitting at what current gen is at. But the big one, Zelda for Wii U, finally got shown off. And I got to say, I was impressed. But the question is here, is that going to actually spur Wii U sales?
Well, there's some big time Zelda fans out there. And I did get some feedback where people were like, I don't know if they'd pull the trigger, but people were like saying, I would get a Wii U just to play Zelda, which is insane because that's all they have. I mean, they got the Mario Kart has been out, right, for Wii U. John, you have one.
There's
right?
Mario Kart. I don't have it yet, but there's Mario Kart. There's a Super Mario Galaxy, I believe, or maybe a Super Mario RPG.
Yeah, Pokemon or whatever.
And then the Super Mario Brothers.
So
I don't even know there's much for it. Like we have
pick
one, and I don't even know what games we have. So I don't even touch it.
But Zelda is
my kid doesn't touch it.
Zelda is big enough that I think they could sell some consoles for people just to want to play Zelda.
and it's backwards compatible.
That is true. It's backwards compatible with the Wii. My thought is the ones who want Zelda have already bought it. Maybe there's some that have been holding out. I don't know, but I think a lot of us bought it thinking Zelda was coming a lot sooner than it ever did. And now it's going to come at about the tail end of this thing's life.
Which, what even was the life of that thing? They're just a mess. We talked about it before. They just need to make the Mario games and all that type of stuff and license it out to the consoles and make their money that
Just
way.
license it out to mobile phones. Apple, the iPhone and Android phones, create your Pokemon, your Mario Brothers, your Smash Kart, all that nonsense. Call it a day. I mean, I don't think they have a clue. It's two versions now. They just didn't understand what to do. It doesn't sound like the next version is going to gain any traction. So,
well, I think they had this motion controller. They had to jump on everybody with that, and then thought they could get away with lesser graphics after that, lesser power, because they got away with it by being a step ahead. But they don't. I mean, the touch screen, the second screen wasn't a step ahead.
The Wii was the benefit of it wasn't everybody's main gaming console, but what that worked out with is if you had an Xbox or a PlayStation, you also had a Wii. So they won that way because of that motion detection. But ever since then, they just don't know what they're doing. It's amazing when you think of what they were, with the NES and Super NES days.
Well, and what they also won with was the non-traditional style gamer, not the hardcore gamer. They won with people who didn't play games. My mother, my dad, they won with those people. And that was their only console. But they didn't have any reason for them to go buy the Wii U.
Yeah. I don't have one. I never felt like the Wii, I felt compelled to have one. I'm like, oh, bowling and all that crap. That's awesome. But I never felt I never felt the urge to ever have a Wii U.
All right, let's wrap up with games here. The third-party stuff. The big ones here. Skyrim Remaster. The big remaster unveiled by Bethesda the first night. How there's new graphics, new textures, everything getting revamped with the new version of Skyrim coming out to next gen or to this gen.
I was a little.
Is that like
Yeah.
Is that like Elder Scrolls or no? Elder Scrolls Online? No.
Why are you here again?
I don't know. No. The thing with the Skyrim, and I'm gonna be a hypocrite because
You're not.
later on I'll override what I'm saying, but it just kind of sucks to have like a remaster. Like that's what their next thing's going to be, a remaster. Give them a new title.
I am surprised that it was a remaster that they announced rather than like a new Oblivion style game, like even a 2017 type of announcement teaser. People love Skyrim, and it did look amazing when they showed you the before and afters. But and it'll sell,
Sure.
It will.
and you'll buy it because it's a shiny penny.
It's single player though.
I'm buying it.
Oh,
There it is. Shiny penny confirmed. Shiny repolished penny in this case.
It did look really nice. It looked good.
It does. And
It looks better than the PC version.
Yeah. Yeah. Which coming to PC too. And I think what was the offer with PC? Wasn't there something about PC gamers would get the remaster if they had the high def or something like that? Or
Yeah, sure, go with that.
okay. I think there was some for the people who got the high def DLC or something like that. So
Get the tomato meter going by just making shit up.
I'll look that up while we're talking about other games. So
wouldn't be hard. I have no idea about the game, so
all right. Well, the one that's probably gonna be big with this clan, Battlefield 1. Got to see more gameplay. Got to see a lot more about this game. What's coming up with the new Battlefield set in World War I, and it looked good.
Yeah, we saw the same trailer 50 times. It's like they showed it the one day, the next day at the Microsoft presser, it was the same damn thing you just seen the day before.
yeah. I mean, it basically it's reskinned Battlefield, a different environment, and I'm still buying it, getting it. Can't wait. I'm very excited for this title. I think there's a lot of GRG that's the same boat. So, I mean, that's really about it.
By the way, quick confirmation. The Skyrim remaster is free for anybody who has Skyrim and all the DLC on PC.
I think that's me.
That's me.
Yeah.
So I do have, on October 28th, I will be getting the Skyrim remaster on PC.
I won't be able to run it on mine, but I have that.
All right, back to Battlefield 1. Just wanted to interject that I was right. So, Anya, what do you think? What do you think of the Battlefield 1 stuff?
I'm buying it.
There you go. We don't bring him on here for his hard-hitting opinions. We just have him in here for him to say, I'm buying it.
I love Battlefield. I think Battlefield franchise is way better than Call of Duty. With trajectory, having to lead your targets, the vehicles. Battlefield to me is the innovator as far as FPS. And I love it.
Here's a question. I don't know if they answered, and I might have missed it. Did they talk about DLC and how that's going to be handled? Are they going to? Because currently they're giving away all their DLC for Battlefield 4. I think they gave away two of the packs already.
At least.
So I didn't know
3.
if Battlefield, because I already pre-ordered Battlefield and I didn't see anything for like a season pass or anything. So I didn't know if that was going to. I kind of hope these game titles get away from the DLC because it kind of just splinters the community. But
I just don't see Call. I mean, that's for we have that as a topic sometime coming up. But for like Call of Duty and Battlefield, I just don't know if they're going to get away from those because that premium makes a shit ton of money.
sure.
Yeah, but so did the dress-up microtransactions. Look how much look how much money GTA has made and how much free shit they've given out.
I don't know if you can compare those shark cards though with maps on a Battlefield where people just want the maps.
Halo 5. We're on our 8th free DLC installment with new game modes and maps. So I'd be curious. I don't know if I guess it'll probably be paid, and I hope it's not, but I'll still buy it, but whatever.
Sucker.
Yep. I'll be the only one with those maps, and I'll hate certain ones, but it is what it is.
Now, speaking of Infinite Warfare, what did you guys think of the the further unveiling of Infinite Warfare?
Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. I slept through Call of Duty because I didn't pay any damn attention to it because it can rot in hell. That game's a turd.
Well, I don't know. We'll see. You know, GRG were based off of Call of Duty. Still a lot of guys that play it, and I like playing with those guys that have it. So I will probably most likely get it and bitch and moan about owning it. As far as what I saw, like the trailer, you know, it did nothing for me, even though it was in space. I felt like it was like Halo meets Call of Duty. The grappling hook looked interesting, moving around the map, but I'm not going to play the single player campaign. That's just not happening. I need to see some multiplayer footage, and I think the main reason I want to get this game is for that stupid Modern Warfare 1 re-release, which I say I hate the reboots or the remasters, but
Hypocrite.
I think, yeah, and I will admit, I will get this game just for that.
I don't know why they're even plugging single player games into Call of Duty franchise anymore. They could still sell it at a $60 price point as a multiplayer game and still sell a ton.
People still like it. I mean, I guess they're pretty decent. I don't know.
They're Michael Bay movies.
Exactly. Some people like that, though. Transformers sold a lot of tickets, so.
People like to watch shit blow up.
Yeah.
So, and you've already called the Battlefield 1 the gold standard. The other end of the spectrum?
When I saw that video, I was excited. It was in space. I love anything space. Grappling hook looked awesome. I can't remember if I saw a jetpack. It looked like they were gravity walking or something in there. Did y'all see that at all?
Yeah, there's all sorts of, because they had gravity, they had zero gravity, then shit would turn on. It got like crazy. Then you have like the planes, you can fly around a plane, or I guess the jet fighter, starfighter, or whatever the hell it is.
The trailer was awesome. When at the end of it said Call of Duty, I cried on the inside. I don't want to buy this game, and I have a feeling that I'll probably buy it, and then it'd be like Halo, and I'll just hate myself, cry in the corner.
A new one for the regret pile.
Yeah.
I just still have this feeling. You talk about getting it for the Modern Warfare remaster. I still have this feeling that after a bunch of people have bought the special edition with the Modern Warfare remaster, Activision's going to bend them over by letting them know that the remaster will be on sale separately, and they could have bought it for like $30.
I still don't think that's happening.
I don't trust. I mean, let's face it. This gen has been all about screwing the early adopter.
Yeah.
And that's that's just the way. And Activision's damn good at it.
Yeah, if they could sell for $30 a pop 2 months later, when sales start to dip, they're gonna do it. So, but I think they're really going to try to really push towards the newer one. Either way, it doesn't matter to them. I mean, you're still using the same engine, so you have a few different maps and skins, but it's the same damn game. So when they fire up a server, if it's MW1 or Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, whatever, it's whatever they select in the settings. It makes no difference to them. The next year.
Yeah, well, what was your next point there, Enyo?
Next Call of Duty game's going to have Modern Warfare 2 attached to it.
And I will buy that too.
I might get that one. I like Modern Warfare 2.
And then in December, I'll turn around and buy Modern Warfare 2 separate. Well, you all have paid $80 for the for the whole deal.
Modern Warfare 2 was probably my favorite title from the Call of Duty series to date, easily.
World at War.
That was a good title.
That might be the next. That could be another remaster too. Get some, maybe an answer to Battlefield, but who knows? All right, let's get to Jack's favorite game, his favorite series here, Titanfall 2. Jack loves that mech game.
Fuck that game. Titanfall 1 sucks so bad. I could not tolerate the game. It was a snooze fest. I looked at some of the stuff for Titanfall 2. I mean, obviously, you know, what they showed, it looked fantastic. But my problem is when you're in game as a soldier, it's kind of a boring shooter. So I don't know how they're going to hype this one up. How they're going to make it that much better. But I don't see myself getting this one at all. I did not like the first one. I don't think the second one's going to do anything for me.
All right, so we got to buy from Jack. All right. Enyo, what about Titanfall 2?
None of the previous mechs are going to be in it. There's going to be 6 brand new mechs coming to this one. We've all seen the sword. Trailer, it looked like the maps were bigger. I still play Titanfall 1, so I'll probably end up grabbing this one. I think it's like an Xbox staple.
I still like the first Titanfall, even though I haven't played it in a while, especially once they gave all the DLC out. And, I kill some bots and I make it look like I'm actually good. So it works.
You can kill bots and have the highest score.
Yeah.
And that's why I just didn't like the game. That was my main problem with it.
Jack thought he was killing people.
Mm-hmm.
I like the game, but I'm going to agree with Jack that when you were just a soldier, I didn't feel like it was all that fun. When you got I felt like I was just kind of grinding to get the Titan. When I got the Titan, then I had a lot more fun in the game.
It basically, when you play as a soldier, it feels to me like a watered down Call of Duty, and Call of Duty does that style of fighting much better.
Well, Call of Duty did pull a few of their ideas out, so I mean they've had a chance to refine them. So yeah, I would expect now if they're still doing it better after Titanfall 2, then we got an issue. But and then the last one we'll cover here out of the big games released, one that I think a lot of us are looking forward to, the new Ghost Recon, even though Ubisoft has kind of burned us a couple times here. They revealed, along with Watch Dogs, they revealed Ghost Recon Wildlands. And I thought it was pretty interesting. I mean, it's going to be co-op. It's not necessarily going to be a team-based shooter or anything like that. But guys, what'd you think of the new Ghost Recon? What the more that they showed of it.
I mean, it's Ubisoft, so they always make something look really good. Yeah, they're experts at that, no matter what. I mean, Lala's gonna hate it because it's just co-op, and he doesn't like the co-op because that means he has to talk to just one person or whatever. And he's got 600 friends, so that makes it tough for him.
It is. It's very tough. I think it would really depend. When is this game supposed to be released? I didn't follow this one at all.
It sounded like late. No, I think it's early next year, like February. Is that the one?
They keep delaying it.
I got to see when it's released and what else is around there. It might be something you'd want to pick up and kind of like play like a GTA and fuck around with 2 or 3 other guys.
I think that's February 28th, but
it's not something that really is high on my list. I
March 7th.
was never a big Ghost Recon fan from before,
okay.
So
At first I thought it was going to be this fall type of, but then they pushed it back to like a March, which works for them because that window in the spring, comparatively to the fall window, there's a lot more open space there.
it's a good slowdown. People are starting to get tired of the fall games. Things slow down. They're looking for something new shiny penny. So.
And Ennio, you had this one as one of the ones you were watching.
Yes, I'll be getting this. I like the tactical co-op shooters. I'm about to lose about $1,000 over the next year just on these stupid games. But it's tactical co-op. They've already said it's going to be completely different than Division. So people that had a bad taste with the Division, it's going to be Ghost Recon, completely different franchise. What I found interesting was that it didn't seem like they were going to have a cover system. And I did find that interesting. That's different for Recon games.
And I believe it or not, even though I'm hating on the game or not super in love with it, I think that there's going to be a lot of guys in GRG that will probably get this and enjoy it. So I think it'll be something that you'll be able to get into a game with easily with the group.
Yeah, a lot of interest in this. To me, it looked like kind of a cross between Mercenaries and what they're doing with Metal Gear Solid. What they're doing there, kind of that open world, attack various targets, kind of make your way through the progression in your own style. Gonna be kind of interesting. I find it interesting, although Ubisoft has kind of shown big and then dropped the ball. So, and you bring up with their release schedule, spring makes more sense, right?
Yeah, they're already gonna pull back Watch Dogs 2 for this fall. So if they release both games, they're really splitting their player base. Excuse me. So yeah, go full investment. Watch Dogs into the fall, give it through Christmas, and then you'll see Wildlands for the spring, and it gives them more time to even optimize it more.
And Watch Dogs, which did look really good, but how many people are burned off the first one.
Yeah, I can't believe they made a second one after the first one kind of like tanked. But what do I know? I run a gaming site for adults.
You don't really know how to
so
do that either. So
I don't know. Apparently not.
Jammer, you had yourself a bit of a disappointment, actually. Something that you didn't see at E3.
well, the Microsoft presser, they showed Scalebound and all this crap. There was no Crackdown.
That was my only prediction from the previous show.
What?
And you guys all laughed at me because it's a definite. Fuck you guys.
What? I'm going to listen back because now you're just making shit up. They didn't show it. I want to know if they remember, if they are smart enough to know that the last one really blew chunks and to go back to the way the first one was.
Well, with the fact that they didn't even mention the cloud, I'm not exactly surprised they didn't mention Crackdown, because that was all talking about the cloud and everything. Maybe they're revamping it with all this Scorpio crap.
I don't know. I mean, it was talked about, and out there, and then I figured that was a given that we would see that.
Of course, we got Gamescom coming up too, so
I think you're also looking at missing, like we all expected Red Dead to be there, but
That's a rumor that just doesn't go away.
and then there was hope that there was a next GTA or something.
well,
GTA London is the other rumor.
there was the huge rumor that Take-Two was gonna, Take-Two, 2K, whatever you want to call them, they were gonna come out and take away the show. And what'd they show? I mean, they showed Mafia. Which is a great looking game, going to be interesting. But
I'm interested in Mafia.
But that was all they showed. That was hardly the show stealer that everybody was predicting. All right, well, and that's kind of wraps up E3. I don't know. I thought it was a disappointment. What'd you guys think?
Yeah, I wasn't too impressed. I mean, you knew the problem was most of the leaks came out way before the show even started. You had Microsoft with the hardware stuff, but other like game wise, they didn't really impress. Yeah, it was okay. That's about it. That was my thoughts on it.
Jammer?
It's probably the least excited I've been after an E3 in quite some time, where there wasn't just that much there that made me really look forward to something.
Enyo?
I'm the same. I mean, I was entertained. I think they spent too much time on VR, and but I mean, I don't think it was a bad E3, by no means.
Johnny's answer is going to be, well, it was good, but it was bad.
And I think that what hurts this is like when you have like these titles. So you have like Titanfall 2, you have Call of Duty, Battlefield, Remaster, Skyrim. These are all games we've seen and played. I mean, I know we're super hyped for Battlefield 1, but there's nothing brand new that really blew your socks off. Gears of War 4. I mean, I kind of want to see some titles that were just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for that.
Yeah, EA is still holding out with the new Star Wars title, that big new Star Wars title from the from the lead of Uncharted. That, you saw 8 seconds? And that may be coloring my disappointment. Because I really wanted to see that title, but meanwhile we got more about Battlefront, VR, whatnot. So too much VR.
I just can't.
Very much too.
I can't imagine VR. Like, I'm a lazy fucker. I don't want to be jumping around my living room. I didn't want to do it with the Kinect. I'm not going to do it with the VR.
I just don't
Big
think it's
goggles
gonna go
on.
huge.
They showed
The VR porn.
enough people did VR on the hands-on demos, and majority of the people were getting sick from it.
You're going to have people with motion sickness issues on those things.
Same thing Nintendo did with the virtual Game Boy.
Virtual Boy, yeah. That
I
messed
mean, like,
people
really,
up.
we just want the VR headset and the flashlight. That's it. Come on. That's all you need.
Then
I
I'm
will
buying
say-
one.
Fuck the
I will
games.
say one VR title had me interested, and that was VR Fallout. That one had me checking prices. Then I looked at the prices of the Vive, and then I started praying that it would come out for a much cheaper VR solution because I'm not spending $800.
No, I don't think that at that price point, no one's touching that.
Mm-mm.
No, I'm not touching the Vive for $800. No way. All right, so let's wrap things up. Want to welcome new members to the clan. Welcome to GRG. Fill your friends list. You won't game alone. Check it out at grimreapergamers.com if you're not a member. Our forums are forums.grimreapergamers.com. The Facebook page is facebook.com/grimreapergamers. And Jammer, the Twitter handle?
grgamers.com and spell out the .dot.
I am so screwed the week you're gone.
Yeah, there's going to be a show where I will not be here, John.
Yeah, and we're just going to not even mention Twitter.
I might not even be on GRG after tonight. I don't know.
Enyo, I want to thank you for being on.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Glad to have you on. Hope to have you back sometime
Walkers.
soon. Ghost Walkers, glad you're on too.
Thank you.
Lala, Jammer, thanks for helping me out tonight on the pilot edition of the All Audio Show.
Fuck off.
Yeah, what's new?
I hate you all.
Follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook, join the site. Our next show will be July 7th. So
You didn't pimp the player me.
I know.
well,
I
you
was
didn't have
thinking
it on
that.
The agenda. Tell me to follow the agenda. Then you don't put something on the agenda and you bitch I don't put it on the agenda.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
I'll go through things
Do it
on the
live.
agenda right now that you didn't cover.
I covered everything on the agenda.
Oh, no. I can read some stuff on the agenda you didn't cover.
What?
Moving on.
Yeah.
I don't see a damn thing here. Anyway, yeah, player.me. We actually have a presence out there now on player.me. Look for Grim Reaper Gamers if you're interested in that new social gaming network. Kind of interesting, guys. Kind of a different little platform.
Yeah, I actually get more feedback there than I do on the Facebook or Twitter feed. The Twitter feed, we just get the chicks that want a cam. We get a lot of that.
They go there, check out their stuff, and see
Yeah,
naked
I
pictures.
just forward those on to Lala.
Hey, boobs are boobs.
All right. So don't forget, hit subscribe on iTunes or Google Play. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check out our past episodes when you can actually see us. And for Enyo, Jammer, and Lala, this is Johnny Hustler saying so long, take care, and get your game on.